Good day, fellow Sasbo members, fellow colleagues of the union, to anybody who will be watching this podcast. Today we are joined by Mr. Theo Leeuw, who is the Assistant General Secretary of Absa Bank. Today we'll jump into salary negotiation outcomes for 2026-2027 in Absa Bank. Right on that, take us back to the beginning. What was the overall mood of the members walking into these negotiations?
Perhaps it's quite important that we greet everyone watching us. Before we go to the negotiations, it's quite important that we go out and seek a mandate from our members. We'll normally send out a salary survey that will give us an indication. In the salary survey, we have two important questions. One question is, what is a salary settlement that you would like to see as a good salary settlement? And then there is one question that says that what is the lowest that you are willing to accept and you are willing to partake in terms of a strike should the employer not give us that. So that gives us an indication overall as to what is expected from us as the union. And we also set as the structures, the first structure that says is the INC, that will look into the survey itself and then give us an overall mandate based on the survey outcome. So that is what we saw. But the key points that came out there was the members who are saying, go out, get us a salary settlement that is above the inflation. Get us a salary settlement that will ensure that you protect our buying power. And that is what we saw from the members and their expectations.
What would you say was the biggest win coming out of this agreement?
I think when we look at the financial institutions, Absa has a different take in terms of salary negotiations. Many institutions, they negotiate based on performance ratings. In Absa, we negotiate across the board for everyone in the bargaining unit. So irregardless of whether you did not make it in terms of performance, you will get a salary increase based on what the settlement says. What we've seen this year, we've seen that all employees in the bargaining unit will get a 5.5 salary increase. So that is a key takeaway. And it ensures that our members are protected. It ensures that when inflation should go up, we've settled above inflation. When you look at our settlement and you sitting down and you're saying that, but how is this a good settlement? You will see that there's two important things. The annualized average CPI for 2025 was sitting at 3.4, and our settlement is at 5.5. So it means that we've settled 2.1% above the annualized CPI for 2025. That means that we protected the buying power of our members going into 2026.
I think that's an important point there, and also putting it into perspective for members to understand that we always settle above inflation. Were there any tough moments during this negotiations or any turning points that really stood out for you?
Yeah, when you go to negotiations, it's not... a lot of people think that we sit there and we just say to the employer, we want this, and the employer will give us that. But the most important thing is that both parties have mandates. The toughest point for us was when the employer said to us they have reached their mandate, when we had not exhausted our mandate. And you always have to engage, negotiate, even persuade the employer to go back to their principles and ask for more money. And we've seen that in this round of negotiations where the employer wanted to stop at a certain point, but we needed to push them to get to where we wanted. And we also had to give away in order for us to sign a settlement.
Okay, I think you've also touched on and you've mentioned how important member unity is and participation of members doing salary surveys and giving us this. And I think that that's a nice point to make for members so that they can understand, the importance of their unity and participation. If you could leave our members with one message about where things are headed next, in Absa, in Sasbo, in finance, in the world, what would that be?
Ours as a union, it is to always protect the members' interest. there is a whole lot of things that are changing in the bank on a daily basis that we are discussing with the bank. There is issues where we are protecting our members against Section 189s, against changes, and we always try to find the best settlement in everything that we are not normally coming out and speaking to, but there's a whole lot of the things that are happening. And we are finding that in Absa for this year and the next few years, we're going to see a lot of branches that are being converted to sales and service branches where the bank is decashing. That is going to be a major challenge for the union. But we've already engaged. We've seen a lot of tellers where the branch is converted into sales and service where they are promoted to junior sales consultants. All of those are the efforts of the union and the bank trying to save jobs in challenging times.
I think you couldn't have said it better. Thank you so much, Mr. Theo Leeuw, for joining us today on the Sasbo Round Table. To our members, stay tuned for what's about to follow. Thank you.
Happiness. Thank you so much.